Hi there, I'm Owen, and you're listening to Live Your True Self, episode number 47, Embracing Our Emotions. After 18 years doing corporate, in 2018 it became about doing me and doing what I love. It wasn't that long ago that I too felt stuck, lost, and asking myself, who am I anyway, and what's my purpose? Full of self-doubt, fear of failure and confusion. Fast forward to this moment and you'll see a version of me that's true to myself. Calm, confident and clearer than ever before, inspired by Krishna's words in the Bhagavad Gita, one must deliver himself with the help of the mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. So perspective is everything. And no matter where you find yourself on your spiritual journey, allow me to guide you to drop out of your head the busyness in your mind and drop into your heart the sacred space that holds your beautiful soul so that you too can awaken your true self and live life more meaningfully in this moment. Take a deep breath and listen on in. Hello, my lovely high achieving friend. How are you? I'm embracing the fact that it's coming up to the end of March and I am feeling the beauty of spring in the air. And I'm really finding myself drawn to the magic and the goodness of nature, observing its beautiful growth all around us, the colours and just the beautifulness that is popping up everywhere I look. And I'm especially loving the pink blossom, which really does fill me up. I love this time of the year. Spring is definitely one of my favourite seasons, and it's birthday season as well. So double win. Today's episode is an important build on last week's discussion that we had, where we explored the idea that in life, and especially as high achievers, you either win or you learn. And essentially, we reframed failure. And if you haven't done already, take a listen. It's full of goodness, and I'm sharing 3 practical strategies. But embracing this mindset requires us to also embrace our emotions. Because after all, it's nearly impossible to bounce back from setbacks and perceived failures if we don't acknowledge and process our feelings. And sometimes they are hard feelings to process and can feel heavy in the moment. But I strongly believe that they are there for a reason. So today, let's explore the beautiful journey of embracing our emotions. As high achieving, ambitious, and heart-centered women, we often find ourselves in and amongst a whirlwind of tasks and duties and goals and a whole list of things to do. But amidst all this hustle and bustle, it is crucial to honour our emotions. And I like to think of emotions as the language of our souls. And this is something I learnt through my self-discovery journey. And so it's like the language of our souls and like powerful messengers guiding us through life's journey. Right? So in a world that often overemphasizes positivity and dismisses anything less, it's easy to suppress or ignore what we sometimes label as negative emotions. And I've been there. And for me, the idea is not to be positive 24/7, right? It's just not realistic based on the life that we live on this planet, right? I strongly believe that life is 50-50, and we are here to navigate through all of life's challenges, and in doing so, feel the emotions that life brings up for us. And what I've learned through my own inner work is that every emotion, whether that's joy, sadness, anger, frustration, fear, whatever it might be, right, the wanted and the unwanted, holds significance and purpose, right? All of those emotions hold some sort of significance and purpose related to the circumstance or the situation that it stems from. And if you've watched the movie Inside Out, it's an animated Pixar movie, I believe, you will know what I'm talking about, right? Our emotions paint the richness of our human experience, and that beautiful animation brings it to life and is a really good watch. So if you haven't done already, go and check out Inside Out. It's a good few years old, but it's a really good one to bring this message home, and what can be happening inside our mind as we navigate through life's changes and experiences. So reflecting on the past quarter, so as we find ourselves approaching the end of March, I have been thinking about the emotions that I have been feeling and experiencing. And one that has frequently surfaced for me is disappointment. And I have really tuned into disappointment and made friends with disappointment. And in the meditation that I'm going to share with you shortly, you will also experience how to make friends with unwanted emotions. And it really is such a beautiful concept. But the truth is that I believe that God created us to feel, right? To experience the full spectrum of emotions, from joy and confidence to disappointment and frustration. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna reminds us that while we may not always control our emotions, we can control the attention we give to them, right? We've been conditioned to chase happiness, but the reality is life is a mix of highs and lows and twists and turns that brings the full spectrum of emotions within us. And so it's essential to create a safe space within ourselves where all emotions are welcomed and acknowledged and processed intentionally, instead of pushing them away or kind of pretending they're not there and pushing on through anyway, which, believe me, is something I'm very familiar with and what I used to do before, because I thought that I had to be positive all the time. And so anytime I felt unwanted feelings, it was almost like I resisted them and suppressed them, sort of like brushed them under the carpet, and just went about what I was doing without really acknowledging what was going on for me inside my body. And then when we choose to lean in, when I learned the idea that I could actually choose to lean into the unwanted feeling and listen for it and listen to it and learn from what my emotions had to teach us, things shifted big style. Let me tell you, like, the secret is the art of feeling. And I think there's a book, a lovely spiritual book on that, that I came across again through my journey. And genuinely, the secret to life is feeling our feelings on purpose and knowing that whatever it is that we're feeling, they are there. Those emotions are there for a reason, guiding us on our journey of self-discovery and being who we truly are and growing as this spiritual being, having this human experience as we navigate life. And I like the way Elizabeth Gilbert puts it. She says, your emotions are the slaves to your thoughts, and you are the slave to your emotions. And in essence, what she's saying is there are feelings, and then there are our thoughts about our feelings. So let me just say that again, right? There are our feelings, there are our emotions that happen in our body, sensations in our body, something that we feel. It's kind of intangible in terms of the actual feelings. And then there are our thoughts about our feelings. And I touched on the fact that our thoughts about our feelings is that we should feel happy all the time, or we should be positive all the time. Versus, I shouldn't be sad, or I shouldn't be disappointed, or I should be more grateful, and all these things. And so that's the distinction, right? There are feelings, and then there are thoughts about our feelings. And so let's take a moment to change and explore your thoughts about your feelings. And let's take a moment to honor your emotions through a guided meditation that really allows you to see what's going on. So before we do that, let me invite you to grab a pen and paper or a notebook if you can, because you're going to come up with some wisdom and you want to capture that. And once you have your pen and paper, just set that aside. Or it could be your notes app, if you're walking, and if you can. So let me invite you to close your eyes if you can, to turn your attention inward. And take a deep breath here. Inhale through your nose, pause at the top, and exhale, release, and allow yourself to sink into your beautiful body. And let's just take this moment to slow things down. There's a good chance you may be in your headspace, and I'd love to invite you into your beautiful heart space. Because the best place to tune into your feelings is from your heart space. So feel your heart. Feel your head. Feel your gut. feel your feet. Feel your body. And if you feel that, a tingle, a sparkle, whatever you feel, that is energy. So as you relax and allow yourself to feel, give yourself grace to intentionally arrive and be open to feeling what is here for you in this moment. And take another deep, nourishing breath in, and as you exhale, allow yourself to release any lingering tension or resistance within your body. And with each breath, invite your emotions to surface without judgment or expectation. If you're feeling sadness, let it flow through you like a gentle stream, acknowledging its presence with compassion and tenderness. If you're experiencing frustration, allow it to express itself in whatever way feels right for you, whether it's through words, tears, or simply allowing the sensation to pass through you. And remember, there are no right or wrong emotions, only the truth of what you're feeling in this moment. And know that you can feel any emotion. You just have to be willing to feel it. As you continue to breathe deeply, imagine yourself enveloped in a warm embrace of self-love and acceptance, knowing that you are worthy of experiencing the full spectrum of human emotions. And let me ask you, how are you feeling today? How are you really feeling, my lovely? Allow that question to sink in. How are you feeling? And as it does, from your loving heart space, if you could name one emotion, one unwanted feeling that's radiating in your body in this moment, what might that be? Take a moment to name that emotion and bring it to your mind's eye. And when you have the one unwanted emotion in your mind's eye, as if you're having a conversation with a loved one, simply ask it, what's your positive intention for me? Do that now. Ask that unwanted emotion, what's your positive intention for me? Stay in your beautiful heart space. Pause, take a deep breath, and simply listen. Listen to the wisdom behind the perceived unwanted emotion. Stay open to receiving and just listen. What 3 things does it have to positively offer you? What 3 things does it need you to know from a place of awareness? Just listen. And when you've received, and when you're ready, staying in the meditative state, take a moment to write down these 3 pearls of wisdom now. What are the 3 positive intentions of this emotion being here right now? Well done, you. You have uncovered 3 hidden gems that were meant just for you. How does that feel, my lovely? What emotion have you tuned into today? What emotion have you intentionally accessed and learnt from today? Breathe into that. Feel into that. Give it some love. Give it a hug. This is likely the first time this particular emotion has been noticed by you in this way. And the emotion is beaming a bright white and golden light at you from within. It's so pleased that you've taken the time and energy to acknowledge the wisdom that it was here to share with you. Take this feeling with you throughout your day and week, and in doing so, watch it gently fade away from a place of love because you have received its positive intention. You can practice this with any wanted or unwanted emotion. Simply pause and from your heart space, ask yourself, what am I feeling? What am I really feeling? And once you've named the emotion, talk to it. Ask it what your positive intention is for me. And listen, again from your heart space, Listen and be open to receiving on purpose. This is your wisdom. This is your gift for you, from you, and from a higher source. Give yourself grace as you navigate the spectrum of emotions, my lovely. And to advance spiritually, try this practice out in a way that works best for you. For this is something that we are here to do. As we wrap up, let me invite you to take a deep breath here and thank yourself for being here and experiencing the goodness within. And when you're ready, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, breathe into your beautiful heart space. Gently open your eyes as you arrive back into the beautiful space that holds you. I hope that served you, my lovely. I am super grateful for you being here. Remember, we get to stop and listen to our feelings on purpose, and the positive intent behind them will be revealed, and therefore there are no hard feelings. There are feelings, and there are our thoughts about our feelings. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Live Your True Self. Until next week, keep shining your light, and may you always live your true self. Namaste. Thank you for listening to another episode of Live Your True Self podcast. I would be super grateful if you would be kind enough to leave me a 5-star rating and review in Apple Podcasts. I really appreciate you, and this simple act helps me reach and impact more women on a path of self-discovery and helping them live their true self. Thank you.